Okay, thank you. And now to formally begin the conference. The world is back, and I am absolutely thrilled to be here. It's difficult to think that just a few years ago, even a few months ago for some of us here, this would not be possible, the fact that we are all here today, and I am thrilled to be connecting with all of you. Now, in light of that theme, connecting, the theme of the next few days of the PATA Annual Summit is all about reconnecting the world sustainably. Now, the PATA Annual Summit embraces a global forum for enhancing sustainable growth, value, and quality of travel and tourism. Now, exploring this theme, reconnecting the world sustainably, the program covers critical industry topics such as destination resilience, sustainable travel recovery strategies, supporting women in micro, small, and medium enterprises, global hotel industry trends, sustainable gastronomic tourism, one of my favorite topics, and the voice of the next generation, as well as exploring the decarbonization of transport. Now, to formally welcome us here today, may I please call on the man who is responsible for the continued growth of the Emirate Ras Al Khaimah world-class tourism destination. He has been collaborating with key partners and helping regulate standards and developing the Emirates' tourism infrastructure, as well as creating sustainable investment opportunities. Let's please welcome the CEO of Ras Al Khaimah Tourism Development Authority, Raki Phillips.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much to be here in Ras Al Khaimah. It's my pleasure to be able to welcome you to our beautiful, beautiful emirate, Your Highness, Excellencies, and distinguished guests. I am so happy to be able to open this conference for you, and I look forward to the next few days to be extremely progressive, extremely positive. I have to say, as a proud American, we have many wonderful things in our country, but one of the things that I am jealous of being an American is Asian food. And last night I had a wonderful dinner with some of our counterparts, and when I come from a place where we're proud to have invented KFC, fried Oreos, you know, and anything that's mixed in with anything, and you come to Asia and you look at Pacific Asia region, and you have everything from beautiful micro islands in Tonga to Guam to Indonesia to Japan, China, Singapore. The best part about this entire region, apart from the culture and the history and everything you guys do, is your food. From the dosas to the samosas to the shawarmas to the hummus. I mean, everything that this region offers, nowhere else in the world. So to Stephanie's point earlier, the gastronomy alone is cultural and tourism in a lot of ways. But forget about my appetite. That's not what we're here to talk about. I'll say, it's great to see everyone again. I mean, the UAE has been open for significantly since post-pandemic, and things have come to a great normalcy of doing business. As you can see, we meet here, and the UAE was one of the first countries to be able to go into lockdown for 6 weeks, open up, and get back to normal. We welcomed our first international tourists in June 2020, and we've been able to have a very successful vaccination program, mask-wearing program, and today we can meet and mingle normally, and I hope to be able to see that in certain parts of Asia in the future. So as we look forward to how things are, this region continues to grow significantly, and it brings me pleasure to have the Middle East included as part of the PATA conference, and for the first time, this conference to be hosted right here in Ras Al Khaimah. And when you look at the Asia-Pacific region, apart from the food, this region has close to 200 UNESCO World Heritage Sites, and something that I'm very keen to learn on, because right here in Ras Al Khaimah, we have 4 on our tentative list. And under the banner of reconnecting the world sustainably, this summit has a chance to come together as an industry once again and prepare for the future and rebuild a more sustainable tourism industry in the future. There's a lot of challenges that we face in the industry. This is a resilient industry, but it is also impacted by change. But looking towards the future, sustainability is essential to achieving growth. It's no longer a nice to have, it really is an expectation that we need to put in the forefront. And it's not a buzzword, but it's really more than just eliminating single-use plastic. We need to address everything from food waste to energy consumption to, as I learned from Liz, reverse osmosis and things that really help keep our industry vibrant and in the forefront. So I hope that this conference here brings people together where you can have these discussions. But I don't want you to just stay in the conference. I want you to come out and explore our beautiful emirate, from the highest point of Jebel Jais all the way down to our oceans, our deserts. There's so much for us to be able to show you and reconnect together. Collaboration is critical to help us rebuild as destinations across the Pacific Asia region reopen for visitors. And I hope we walk away better than we started today, because that's really what the tourism industry is all about. So thank you so much. Let's work together on building a stronger tourism economy and reconnect with the world sustainably. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Raki. Now that really resonated with me, because why would we want to go back to normal instead of building a better normal? And that's why we're all here today, to talk about that, to communicate on how we can build a better future for this industry. Now, I would like to introduce our next speaker here with over 25 years of global experience and expertise in general management, marketing, business development, and network management. We have here today the CEO of PATA, Liz Ortiguera.
Your Highness Sheikh Saud bin Sakr Al Qasimi, UAE Supreme Council member and ruler of Ras Al Khaimah, Excellencies. Your Excellencies, our host Raki, PATA Life members, PATA International members, chapter members, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so happy to warmly welcome you here today, and my thanks to Ras Al Khaimah for hosting us in this beautiful emirate. It has been 3 long years since we last came together physically as an association, and I'm both honored and so pleased to be hosting you today. My thanks to all of you for investing the time and effort to come to this important meeting and beautiful destination. I've also waited 17 long months to bring all of you together, and my warm thanks to our hosts. Some of you know PATA well, and we are so pleased to welcome those of you who are new to our association. It has a long and storied history. I was handed a history book about 6 to 9 months ago, and I was truly amazed. PATA was formed at really the birth of travel and tourism to Asia Pacific. And today is the 70th PATA Annual Summit, and the first to be held in this great global crossroad that is the Middle East, also known as West Asia. So thank you. In fact, I'd like to acknowledge member destinations in the room and members who have been with us since PATA's birth. Their tenure is 71 years and 9 months. In the room, we have Marianas. Philippines, the Tourism Infrastructure and Enterprise Zone Authority, was one of the founding members, and Salty Hotel Limited from Nepal. So thank you for being pioneers in travel. I'd also like to honor some of our newest members in the room. Quilt AI is a new member and our newest sponsor, and they're doing a session here. Destinago Travel, Tours, and Going Nepal, who just joined a week ago, and they're here today already. We also have several of our esteemed life members in the room. I'd like to have Lutzi Matzig, Hiran Kure, Sunhwa Wong, Kevin Murphy, and JP Sho. Please stand up so that we can applaud. And that, last but not least, we have a number of PATA youths. We have a great collection of youths from around the world that are members of PATA. You are the future of PATA and the industry as a whole. Our thanks for your support. Some of you are helping us deliver this event, and a few of you will be on the stage later on. So it has been my honor and my challenge. I became CEO about a year ago to be defining the mission of PATA in the context of this unprecedented challenge to our industry. This pandemic brought, in particular, the Asia-Pacific part of the travel industry to its knees, and we've all been thinking and working hard on our emergence. I'm confident that our region will again soon take its place to become the growth engine for the travel industry. We reside in what I would call a mega sector in a mega region. The heart of travel really is centered in Asia Pacific. And when I say a mega sector, I think the pandemic taught us how many industries this sector really touches and beyond. The knock-on effect of shutting down travel was felt around the world in the smallest businesses, in the smallest towns, and really it was absent for so many globally. It's our organization's mission to catalyze the responsible development of travel and tourism to, from, and within Asia Pacific. And by responsible, this is such a broad term. It means that we advocate for all that is good in travel. Intelligent travel solutions, destination resilience, sustainability, diversity and inclusion, financial inclusion, which means poverty alleviation, and innovation. We also advocate for holistic wellness that supports the individual, the community, and the environment, and the awareness of wellness and the importance in our lives is just heightened because of the pandemic. Innovation and business development, particularly models that bring together profit and purpose. Core to the DNA of PATA, we're a community for partnerships and opportunities, and I hope that's what you find today, investing your time and effort to come here. So I call PATA a network of networks. My prior career was at American Express, a little company that I thought was huge, but when I entered PATA in the world of travel for Asia Pacific, it's actually boundless. It's a network of networks, it's a network of experts, and this is where, from national government to SMEs to universities, the limits are boundless and the community is strong, both within Asia Pacific and beyond. So the first thing people ask me is, what is the outlook for travel in Asia? Well, to put it in aviation terms, we're facing we're ascending here in Asia Pacific, but we're facing headwinds and tailwinds. Both the route and the destination are changing. We know what the headwinds are, so I won't spend our time on that. Optimists and entrepreneurs and the entrepreneurial will consider the tailwinds. Pent-up consumer demand, pent-up corporate demand, market openings delivering good news every week, a community-based approach, and many others. And actually earlier today we talked about the importance of domestic travel, which may not have been top of mind for this audience, but I think that in itself, we helped our own national citizens appreciate their home country even more. So there are many silver linings that I would say, let's not waste a good crisis. It's taught us to value things that perhaps we took for granted. So I say that the route to restoring business and success is changing because the new pandemic-weary and climate change-aware consumer wants more authentic and sustainable travel. New source markets have been identified. Connectivity is changing and still ramping up. New destinations are being marketed. Countries across our region are wanting to disperse travel and show the world these hidden gems that they know locally and domestically, but perhaps internationally are not recognized. Travelers are now able to blend work and leisure in a way they never did before. And so when I mentioned that the destination has changed, we had a sustainability leaders forum this morning with a few of our delegates. So in many ways, I would say that our destination is going somewhere better. Success should no longer be defined simply by IVAs. Scorecards are being developed for things like financial inclusion, sustainability metrics, and capturing the overall value of travelers when they come visit. So I'll share with you here the traditional, our IVA forecast for Asia Pacific. And it is challenging. What you see here is only 32% of the volume will return compared to 2019 baseline, 62% by 2023, and 100% by 2024. And there's absolutely variability within our region. So those that are dynamic, entrepreneurial, and innovative, can beat these average numbers. And that being said, there's a lot that's evolving, which is why I say the route and the destination are being defined. As an optimist, I'd say in a good way, travel is being redefined. So in terms of 3 megatrends, and I know I have a lot to go through in a short amount of time, so I'll do a quick snapshot here. 3 megatrends in travel. 1, we have some elements. Travel right now, unfortunately, is more expensive and challenging. So this makes people think twice. Should I do a Zoom or should I get on a plane? When they do decide to get on a plane, they will invest time and effort, and make journeys more worthwhile. Tech enables the virtual work, and there is revenge travel. Pent-up demand, I'll say. So you combine these 3 elements, and the data is still emerging, but multiple MNCs across the region are looking at the statistics, and multiple destinations are seeing that travelers are staying longer, and they're combining purpose. So this, coupled with the rise of virtual work, this is the silver lining that will come out. So less volume, less foot traffic, but more quality. Trend number 2, the rise of the conscious traveler. 87% of travelers think conscious travel is important. 81% want their money to go back to the local community. Now, these are global numbers. When you take a look at Asia Pacific, the awareness is even higher. 90% plus of travelers in Asia Pacific want to see sustainable travel choices. So it's a call to action for the industry to catch up with what the consumer is looking for. Trend 3, I call this the rise of the conscious community and destination. And this is an important trend because, it means the communities want to welcome back the benefits of travel, restart the jobs, restart the economics of that, but they also don't want the negatives. So what we're seeing is a trend towards community-based tourism, where the community is really at the heart of the experience and the value delivery. And this is actually coupled with what consumers want. So tourism organizations across the region are marketing new destinations. We see tactics like new tourist taxes to prevent over-tourism. And there's a higher focus on high-value travelers. Work visa options are being marketed to welcome global nomads and virtual workers. But there is a challenging side. What we're seeing is there's a value reset among the people in host destinations. Many no longer want to work the odd hours or the work away from their homes and to re-enter the travel and tourism industry. This is contributing to the staffing gap. So this brings me to PATA's priorities in supporting the industry. 1, recovery of the industry. Let's get business back up and running. Let's get new business development. Let's find those creative opportunities. 2, resilience, sustainability, regeneration. Those are 3 very big stages. Number 3, shifting from destination marketing to destination management. And number 4, diversity, equity, and inclusion. So very quickly, the first thing we did this about 9 months ago. It started off as a COVID vaccine recovery dashboard, but I'm told this has become the gold standard for understanding the policies and the updates from our vast diversity of markets across Asia Pacific. This is the #1 pain point for Western travelers who want to come to Asia. We're too complicated, we're too fractioned, our policies keep changing, and so what we've done is we've done a collection for our 39 destinations. Our informal worker support initiative, we piloted this in Thailand, and this was a small little project reaching the 500 of the most impacted low-income workers in our industry, the hostel workers, the vendors, the drivers, the tour guides. This is the backbone of our industry. And so we reached out with health and safety training and business training. And I'm grateful to announce that Visa has also seen the value and the need for this, so we're expanding it into Indonesia. So we're looking for additional partners in Indonesia to expand this. In addition, for our own members, we launched for PATA members by PATA members. We have a great nascent asset within this community. So these are benefits that can help both the buyer and the seller among our members and bring benefits to each other. SMEs, we're soon going to launch content for SMEs, and this will be on digital marketing, entrepreneurship, innovation, a ready toolkit to help our vast, and that's one of the strengths of PATA is this vast grassroots network that we've got from micro to small businesses. And to address the pain point that we're feeling around the world, the staffing gaps, this has become the most critical need in terms of getting back to business. What we need to do is recognize and support those who are working in the front lines and service staff. There are we were talking earlier today about how there's a lot of anger and frustration from travelers who are stressed from their home lives or the pandemic. They get on the road and they face challenges that they never have before. What we need to do is really celebrate those heroes. And this was part of the DNA that I saw in my prior career at American Express. We always celebrated heroic rescues, and heroic rescues happen in every role within our industry, whether it's aviation or hospitality, whether it's housekeeping, or it's in the tour operators or the telephone service centers. We found so many ways to celebrate great service. So, it's my commitment that moving forward in 2023, PATA will find ways to find those heroic stories and celebrate. Now, Asian hospitality is a gold standard. I'm originally from the US, North America, and in all my travelers, I have never had the amazing service experiences that I've had in Asia. In different ways, in each culture, but truly, Asian hospitality is a standard that should be applauded globally. And so let's support our people in the communities. Let's create great work environments, make sure that you protect your staff, you honor them, and you celebrate them. Because really, in addition to that beautiful property that that's invested in, your most valuable asset is really your people and the service that you deliver. So one initiative that we also just launched, to harness the strength of our community is this PATA job board for employers and employees, for our youth community, for our tenured executives. This is an opportunity to bring together expertise in the network. Now I'm going to take a moment to share, and this is one of those, I talk about part of our role is sharing best practice models. And I truly think that, given this global issue around staffing, this is one of the models I'd like to share, which actually, this was the path to introduce me into PATA. So 12 years ago, I got introduced to this Salabai charity hotel restaurant school run by a French NGO for the past 20 years. So, we have a photo here of the type of home they come from, these students. Broken down bamboo shacks. They've never seen a bed, they sleep on the floor, they've never seen a shower, a proper toilet, let alone a restaurant or a hotel. This little school takes the poorest of the poor, and within 11 months of full-time schooling and vocational training, we have partnerships with 4- and 5-star hotels in Cambodia. So they can go from extreme poverty to full-time, lifelong, hopefully post-pandemic, employment in 4- and 5-star hotels. So I believe, we talk about what metrics do we need. I think one of the metrics that we should embrace as destinations and as industry should be how many people did we lift out of poverty this year? What an amazing, this is the power of travel. And 1 in 10 jobs in Asia Pacific is now travel and tourism related. We will be an engine for growth, for employment again. And we need these people. And so let's reach into the full pyramid of potential. And I'm proud to say the photograph on the right was actually taken by our newly appointed ambassador for photography, Scott Woodward, and it shows the pride and the grace, I'll say, of one of these students who didn't see luxury before. And I'll also point out that PATA Foundation piloted during the pandemic mobile learning. Mobile learning should be embraced by our industry as a democratic form of how we can train people up. Our Destination Resilience Program, this was launched about 9 months ago, and this is PATA's way of reaching. We talk about, PATA addresses global issues with local impact. And so what we've done, we've had 30 experts over 6 months create this training program, and it's available. So with the support of GIZ, who is in the room, we're happy to create this offer, and it's posted on our website. Free training, 10 to 15 hours, 10 modules. You can also have in-market workshops where requested. And it's our goal. This training is to teach destinations at a national, a provincial, and a local level. And today, I'm really happy to announce that we are going to celebrate this commitment made by destinations. When you take the training course, individuals will get certificates, but now, if an NTO trains up their destination management team or their sustainability team, that you can get a badge, that you can show consumers, I've made a commitment to educate my team, I've made a commitment to be a great steward for our destination. So we're calling it the Tourism Future Focus Pledge. You can get it at the national, provincial, and the local, city level. A few of the protocols that we've created over the past year: net zero methodology for hotels. We partnered with Greenview, food and plastic waste reduction. We've shared protocols. I have a few ambassadors, 2 of the 3 ambassadors here in the room. Audra Maurice, Ambassador for Sustainable Gastronomic Tourism, and Scott Woodward, our Ambassador for Visual Storytelling through Photography. And we just announced yesterday, Megan Epler-Wood, who is head of the Sustainable Tourism Asset Management Program at Cornell, as our advisor on sustainable tourism development. She's been studying it for 30 years. She's written books, she's run courses, so we need all the expertise we can get. Finally, I'll share that we are, many of you know the PATA Travel Mart. We are doing a virtual version with our colleagues in China. And for now, we can't meet in person, but we are very soon doing a PATA Travel Mart virtually. PATA members, for free, can sign up and have a virtual booth. So please do sign up, get the QR code, and you can use that. And then next, when we meet, we're excited to announce a new partnership, because that's what this crisis takes. New collaborations, new partnerships. We're partnering with GBTA to do our next event, which is the Asia Pacific Travel Summit in Bangkok, December 8th and 9th. So back to our program this week. My warm welcome again to you. My hope is that we are finding new and innovative ways to support you through this recovery and your creation of opportunities beyond. Thank you so much.